Hey everyone, we've made our way to Rocktopia today, and so I thought I would start after landing on the planet with the usual, which is a round of tree cutting to get us some zoology analysis and whatnot for skills. So we've landed in hell. I've gone down to my usual spot, which is right here. I really like this spot right here. I can break 3, 4 tools pretty easy in a pretty short amount of time. And since we're tree cutting, I always like to use a skill pill. That way we'll get the most out of this. Alright, let's get started. As you can see, there's lots of trees down here. This is my favorite spot in the entire game to tree hunt, just because of the density of the population. I've heard good things about Master Pass down here as well in Hell, but you have to go through a big, long mission chain to get access to it, and I haven't been able to complete that yet. We'll be working on that probably after Codex comes out, to be honest. We're still trying to get the pre-Codex stuff knocked out, the kill missions, getting us onto the last round of a variety of those missions in preparation of the Codex coming out. And you see, we're getting some zoology. That's a good looter skill. We're over 3,000 points now based on doing a lot of this tree cutting. The genetics is nice for the mutant looter. And since we still want to do the Tolan uh, citizenship quest, which is going to be a lot of mutants, I want to say they're the Zahar ones, not the Jahar on Tolan. But anyway, they're the ones that count towards that citizenship quest are often mutant and not animals. And so I didn't want to lose a lot of PED during that, trying to push that quest forward based on my skills being too low. So we're going to try and buff up our genetics a little bit. We've just recently hit level 30 mutant looter, and so I think we're in a good position to do well there. Or at least not get our butt kicked. And so this is going to boost our gardener, which is just a peripheral profession. Ooh, got a little tongue tied there for a second. For us, I don't think there's really much going on with that profession right now. Every time I tree hunt, it reminds me that I really hope that they do something with it at some point, like expand that out a little bit. It's got a lot of room to grow, and so I'm hopeful that they'll come up with some good ideas for it yet. And we got some perception, that's always nice. Some dexterity, that's always nice. Those are both looter professions, so is alertness. And so we're getting a lot of looting skills from this tree cutting, which is one of the main reasons I like to do it. Of course, I like to do it before they were looting skills, because I liked all the science skills, the analysis, which they turned into a looting skill, so that doubly benefited me. And so this is really good for getting those peripheral looting skills up. One, they take a long time to work up, especially like the zoology and the analysis. And so you're either going to have to do a lot of scanning of monsters, or purchase the skill, or tree cut. I mean, the options are definitely a little limited on just how you can acquire that skill. Pet taming, maybe. Zoology for sure, pet taming. I'm not sure on the analysis. I think that's like scanning and tree cutting and maybe one or two other things. I'm always impressed with how fast the skills rack up, especially because we still get around 90% returns. And so it just seems like a large amount of skills proportionate to the amount of ped we're actually go going through, you know? And we can always use a little more skill, especially because there's a hidden skill unlock at level 60 for looting, which is, quite frankly, going to be a long time to get to that. And so the more of these skills we can push up into that 4,000, 5,000 range, the less we got to make up the gap with a overabundance of the main skills. Oh, we'll for sure get to the next level of resource gathering. Well, we're not very far in, and we've already broke two-thirds of this first tool in, oop, wrong button, in about 10 minutes. So yeah, about 15 to 20 minutes a tool. is what it's looking like. Obviously, depending on how much of this runtime I have in between each tree. Let's hit this far one and we can kind of work our way back. I guess I should have hit that one first. Oh well, it's not a big deal either way. We're just going to run around, cut as many trees down as we can, get as much skill as we can, gain a rank in resource gathering, putting us up into the level 39 somewhere. That'll be pretty epic. Oh, I forgot about the athletics. So we're also working up our evader level a little bit while we're doing this. I think both the alertness and the athletics goes into the evader profession. Yeah, we're cruising on this first tool. I saw that message letting us know that it's damaged, which means it's in its last one ped, which is 50 clicks. I think we're getting a little far out. We're gonna have to circle back. Oh, luckily there's some trees down there. It really will be just to circle back. I'm gonna lock that in place because that's the one. Oh, this is about to break. There's our first tool down in 15 minutes. And then we're gonna work around these vixens a little bit. Sorry, vampires. They're not vixens. Vixens are the robot looking or the dancer looking girls. These are gonna be the vampires. They both look kind of vixenish to me, if we're being honest, though. And now I'll have to be a little careful because these will aggro on me. And while I can kill them, I would rather not have to. And so we'll just kind of work around them. And it's pretty nice that we're getting geology as well. It actually allowed me to open up ground assessment a while before I would have without this tree cutting. Speaking of, we should drop a probe while we're down here. I mean, I don't normally hit anything amazing, but might be worth trying. So I have hit a pretty good hit down here before. I forget what it was on though. Oil probably. I haven't really been paying attention to the returns. So let's kind of take a look at that. We're at 6 about. We're about 7 head down. So not amazing, but still in that 85 to 90% zone. Plus all these skills. I think this one's a recent spawn. I'm really excited about this analysis skill going up. It's the basis behind all of the, like the first secondary skill of a lot of the looting professions. All three of them, I believe, that aren't the unlock skills. So I think it's like around 10%. I think that one's too far in for us to get without killing a bunch of them. So that's not going to be worth it. Ooh, look, we just got a new rank in genetics. What do we got going on there? Oh, we finally broke 2,000 points. The genetics portion actually runs up a little slower than the rest. Well, we can circle around the top edge and see what we're going to get. But we'll just actually end up dropping a probe here after this tree, I think. Oh, I only dropped per oil, mineral, yeah, energy. Sorry, it's getting my verbiage mixed up a little bit there. Nothing. Nada tostada. All right, let's get back to oh, the other thing I like to do sometimes when I'm out here, if I have one on me, is I will scan all these mobs real fast. Well, the ones I can reach. Just for the points, I'm trying to work up my xenobiology skill a little bit, and it seems very hard to work up as a skill. Just it seems rare. You don't get a lot of skill increases on it. Well, I got some skills, not the one I wanted though. Which is alright. That's just how that works sometimes. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, pile of poo. A heavy pile of poop. Well, that's not going to work for us. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and... Oh, I can only hold 50 kilos, huh? Then we're going to close that. Slowly start walking towards our next thing. Then we're going to drop this bad boy on the ground. And so I just put the stuff in the vehicle's inventory there so that we could... Oh, wrong button. Oh, that's good to know that's where that hotkey is. I was actually looking for that one. And so that recalled both those vehicles back to storage. And we'll just grab that and move it at the end after we're done. harvesting the trees. We'll literally just pick those up in the personal storage before we head back to Rocktopia from hell. I don't know why I'm so excited about getting this level 39. And I think it's just because we're so close that I get a little excited about it. So it doesn't actually unlock anything or do a whole lot for us. Mine is it's one step closer to being a high level resource gatherer, which again, I'm not sure what that does for us. I just like the peripheral skills for the looting because I really don't like taking 70% returns every time I want to go kill something or codex or do an instance. I think you get the hint or the picture rather. And so we can front load and lose a little bit of head doing this to hopefully not lose so much when we do all of this other stuff. Kind of like spending the money to have the right tools when you show up to work. All right, there's our second one down. The other cool thing is we're working our intelligence up. So it's like my character here, Avatar, is a scientist. He's got a bunch of biology and sciencey skills. Some of them aren't amazing, but see, I got a bunch of sciencey skills. I'd like to get up to 100 intelligence, but that's definitely going to take a long time. I think I'm in the 70s now, which I'm pretty happy about. That took a while. I think we're getting about 4% or 5%, 4 to 5% of a profession level per time we come out like this. And so obviously it's going to take a while to work up into the 40s. We'll just backfill a little bit as we go. And in any event, it won't be as far as a makeup if we ever have to chip it in because we're just disproportionately too far out of whack, so to speak, on our skills. But yeah, the concentration of trees here is super epic. The best I've seen in Entropia. Like I said, I've heard good things about Master Pass, but I haven't seen it with my own eyes, and so I won't say for sure. I've seen this with my own eyes and via this video, and even so, even if that is the a better area, unless you've done the quest, this is still probably the best you can do, and it is a long quest. I'm pretty sure that's the one that requires you to finish the prison arc, which we have not done. Have not even started it yet. There we go. There's our level 39 resource gatherer. And we were about 3% out, if I remember correctly, when we started today. Okay, I don't need to track it exclusively now. That's a pretty good perception gain for how much skill we have in that. Yeah, almost 4,800 points. Still getting point 0.2 of a point when we get a skill up on this. I think those are the ones out by those vampires. Maybe not. No, it doesn't look like it. That's not far enough. All right. It is over there though, for sure. All right, we'll do these and work our way through. I don't need to be fighting those things. I don't think I've seen a huge tree out here today. I just thought of that, which is fine. I don't need the level 3 boards. It's just a little weird to not see a single one. Unless someone's coming out and just collecting the level 3 ones and leaving the other ones up. But they should at least be one hitting the other trees so that there's some the next time they come out. And so while this might not be the most glorious thing to do, it's is nice and relaxing, and it is a lot of skills that are very valuable, especially if you have to chip them in. Um, I wasn't planning on chipping any of these in or out, but when I was looking earlier in the market and buying a few things, I did see that the zoology is still at 3,000%. Analysis is at like 2,500 to 3,000%. And so those skills still have a reasonable markup, even after the new daily quests that they put out that were like pet taming quests or whatever on Cyrene. I didn't get a chance to check them out while we were there because I'm not really a pet tamer. I do have that partial whip for a low level stuff, but I think that's more like for like rabbits and like level 1, 2 stuff. And I didn't know that there was much of that on Cyrene. I guess weak Penalians maybe. In any event, we weren't able to check that out because I don't want to be doing too many different things and dilute out uh, my progress on the core of what my avatar is, so to speak. Well, that is 3 full tools broken, and we didn't even have to jump back across the road to the next little super forest, which is up here. And we'll go through, we'll see how much of this fourth tool we're able to break in about 10 minutes. Which I'm guessing is going to be about 2/3 based on our current rate, right? Although the trees are a little thinner apart, we might not make it quite that far. How far in are we now? Not very far, right? Yeah, about half a ped. 2/3 is a reasonable guess. Especially because they keep popping them up right next to me and stuff. So you see it's not a whole lot of points at this point, but 3 to 4 points at 3,000 points is still not an insignificant amount. Well, we're for sure making it halfway. So yeah, we got 5% of a resource gathering level today on our skill pill here. We're able to break almost 4 tools. I mean, we'll see where the final percent is on that fourth tool, but we made significant progress in on it in any event. Oh, there's a huge tree. I finally saw one. Normally they're a little more prevalent out here, I believe. We're starting to get over encumbered again. But luckily we're right at the end of this run. So I don't feel it'll be too big a deal to run a little slower for half a second. Normally we'd throw it in the vehicle and send it back to storage. But we're on our last vehicle. And we got like 1 or 2 minutes to go on the skill pill. But we for sure got 2/3 through this one. This side of the forest had a lot of trees today. But again, that's why this is my favorite spot. I mean, a tool every 16 minutes or something. In a lot of other places, it's 20, 25 minutes a tool. Easy. Plus, monsters you likely have to square off against at some point. Well, that's where our skill pill went out. So we got about 3 3/4 of a tool. But let's go ahead and finish out this tool and we'll see where our returns are. Oh, there's the message letting us know it's about broke, meaning we got about 50 clicks to go. I think that's like 5 trees or so. 6 probably. 6 or 7, depending on if they're the smalls or the larges, because the larges and the huge have a different timer system. The small trees are 30 seconds each after you pull the first pull off of them. That's what I meant by the largest having a variable timer compared to the smalls. Sometimes it's one click and it just vanishes. Alright, these two should be enough to break this tool, I think. Oh, yep. So I think we're solidly in the 90% return zone. But let's wait for that to break and we'll see. Alright, there we go. 13.61. So that's 18, 19.04. That's 95% returns. And so you can see we got a bunch of skill. They're valuable skills. They're skills that are hard to work up otherwise. And we still were able to maintain 95% returns, which means we only lost about one ped for this entire hour. So if you're looking to raise your skills cheaply, this might be a good option for you. Hope everyone is having an amazing day. Stay epic.